You're good.
So, we're here to talk about the first ever obtaining of the perfect score of Pac-Man. Right? So first off, let me go to this. First off, Pac-Man was first developed. I should just talk about the history. Just touch on it. So, Pac-Man was first developed by this guy. His name was Toru Iwatani.
Are there any more of these? Can you open it for me?
I sure can.
Okay, Toru Iwatani.
So Toru Iwatani, where's my beer? TROUIW Atoni.
This is so weird compared to what I've been drinking all night, which was so weird.
And that was in May 1980. And it was him and a team of 9 people. So 10 total people developed the entire game of Pac-Man in May 1980. And that was just in Japan. It didn't even get released until October 1980 in the US. So during the entire 1980s, it wasn't very popular in Japan. It just really didn't take off. But in America, Pac-Man was becoming this whole big phenomenon because it was an arcade game that was different than the normal. See, most of the arcade games at the time were like shooters like Asteroid and Space Invaders, or people were just playing Pong. But then Pac-Man hit the scene and they're like, bam, this game's awesome. But people were bad at it.
I didn't even know there was more than 2 levels in Pac-Man.
Exactly. You see, a perfect score in Pac-Man consists of... let me go back. So in the 80s, it became so popular in the US, it sold way more than 250,000 arcade cabinets in the US in the 80s. And by the end of the 80s, it generated over $1 billion in quarters. $1 billion in quarters. Do you know how many quarters that is? Because I have no idea.
4 billion quarters.
That is a lot of quarters.
That is a lot of quarters.
It made more money than the highest grossing Star Wars film in the 80s. Just as a point of reference.
That is madness.
But people were bad at it. Just crinkling candy wrappers over here in the microphone. So they were so bad at it. The crinkling just threw me off my own so bad. I gotta drink more to get back on track.
I was bad at it, microphoning.
So
Mall balls.
let's talk about a perfect score, because that's what we're here to talk about. A perfect score in Pac-Man is achieved when you beat the 255th level. It's 255. You gotta beat that level, and it brings you to what's called a kill screen, which is a screen that the game's not meant to be at, but it brings you to anyway. So it glitches out and it freezes and you can't play anymore. So you have to get to this, which would be the 256th kill screen, which is the kill screen, while eating every pellet, or every dot. You have to eat every power pellet, and you have to eat all the fruit, and you have to eat all the ghosts on every level. All the ghosts. Fruit, dots, power pellets. Inky, Pinky, Blinky, and Clyde. Dude. So you do that, you get to the 256 kill screen, and you got a perfect score. But the problem problem wasn't breaking a bunch of glass. No, the problem was nobody could even get to this kill screen. So it took to the summer of 1983 when this guy Billy Mitchell, not to be confused with William Billy Mitchell. Irrelevant. So this guy Billy Mitchell and his buddy Chris Ayra, I still don't know. Ayra. So Billy and his friend, they get to this 256 screen for the first time ever in the summer of 1983. Great, they're the first ones ever to do it. So Billy, it wasn't his first video game achievement. You see, Billy, way back in the day, he set the high record for the arcade game Donkey Kong. Great for him, we don't care about that. So, gets to this thing in 1983, and then he retires. He retires from gaming, saying that there's no future to be had in professional gaming. How wrong he was.
He was just born before his time.
So the years pass, and years go by, and more people end up finding the way to this kill screen, and the high score for the game rises and rises and rises, and it goes up, and, you know, people keep competing for it. And it wasn't until the 20th anniversary of the game, 20th anniversary of Pac-Man, that, I don't even know, nerds, a group of kids.
Told me it was like a state-sponsored like fair.
Whatever you want to call them, decided, or not decided, they devised.
Those would be geeks.
They devised a strategy to obtain a perfect score. But the problem was they were still bad at it and they couldn't do it. So again, Billy Mitchell, sporting his trademark American flag tie that he wore everywhere.
What was it clip on?
He picked up the joystick again and he was like, yo, I'm gonna get perfect score. I was the first one to get the kill screen. I'm gonna be the first one to get this perfect score. So he practiced and he practiced and he practiced. And for the 20th anniversary of the game, Billy Mitchell drove to the Family Fun Center in New Hampshire, which happened to be the most popular arcade. The most popular arcade in the country at the time. He drove there, and in front of all these people live, he set the record. Perfect score of Pac-Man, first one to ever do it. Which is, by the way, 3,333,360.
Yes, it is.
Perfect score. First one to ever do it. And, as of the time of this recording, in March 2016, only 6 people have ever been able to get that perfect score. So cheers to them.
Words.
And that is the story of the first ever perfect score of Pac-Man.
I keep singing Pinball Wizard in my head.
It's not pinball. Pinball is much different than Pac-Man.
I know. There's no Pac-Man.
I was gonna say same number of letters, but it isn't. It's a different number of letters.
No.
Pac-Man. It's a great game.
I'm often asked by people, you know, somebody wants to become a world champion, what do? And the very first bit of advice I give them is forget it. I say, you don't become a world champion, it's in your DNA.